If everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from August 24th of 2023. Has everyone had a chance to review those minutes? Do I have a motion to approve or deny?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second. I second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Minutes have been passed. The next agenda item, do we have anyone from the public who wishes to address the committee at this time?
We do not have any public comments at this time.
All right, new business. Review and recommendation for exception to the requirement to extend a water main. Staff has received a request for a variance from the requirement to extend a water main from Jack Yeager for a parcel located on Yavapai Street north of Airfield Avenue, APN 311-04-107B. We have staff present to comment.
Good evening, commissioners. So we're here, let me just share the screen real quick. So we're here to talk about a request to waive the requirement to extend a water main. So a little bit of background on this property. Initially, it was developed here with a single-family residence on a parcel that's highlighted there in blue. And then the applicant has since purchased this yellow parcel up here and combined it into one parcel. And so now the applicant's wanting to build a structure on the yellow parcel. And so when that occurs, that triggers the requirement to extend a water main across the total frontage of the property. And so, as you see right now, in Yavapai Street, just north of Airfield, there's a water main, and it ends right here at the property line. That's in line with both of the existing homes that are out there right now. So, as the regulations read, the rule would say that they would have to extend the water main across their frontage, which is about 50 feet. Okay. So as we started looking at this, we went out there and realized that there's a lot of drainage that goes through Yavapai. And so you'll see here, this is Yavapai Street looking to the north. So the applicant's property would be there on the right-hand side of the photo. And you can see that there's a lot of drainage cutting through the dirt road there. Yavapai, I should mention, Yavapai is currently a dirt road. And the city maintains that dirt road up to the end of where those homes are. And so just another photo, it's hard to see, but there's, you can see where the city's gone in and tried to limit the amount of erosion right there where the road ends. And then again, this is standing in the wash looking back towards Yavapai Street, looking south. So as we've looked at it, we've determined that it might be best to not extend the water main in this area just because of the amount of erosion that's occurring. And so this is, again, one of those unique circumstances where the staff is recommending that we grant the variance. We would prefer, before any further extensions are made, that some sort of drainage solution be implemented for that segment of roadway. And so that's basically my quick report there. And like I said, we're recommending approval of the variance. The applicant's here if you have questions for him, and I can answer any questions you might have as well.
Just wanted to verify, so the structure he puts on, he's putting in, doesn't use any water, he's not using a new meter, not
That-
changing access, anything like that, if I read it correctly?
That's correct. They're proposing like an accessory structure, so it would be like a big garage or a shop or something like that. But based off of what I've seen, there are no water connections proposed.
Okay, yeah, I mean, if there's no water connections proposed, I don't see why I couldn't support the variance with the, you know, I think it'd be counterproductive with the drainage and the dead end with no draw on it, so, yeah, I'd support it.
Got a question on the drainage. Is this something the city's waiting for the future properties to develop so that way the contractor can develop
Yeah,
the drainage?
So about half, let me go back to, I don't know if it shows the entire block, but yeah, basically what would happen is when all of these other properties develop, they would need to do some street improvements. And so then we would feel better about, and at that point, it would have to be paved, right? And so we would feel better about extending water if there's a paved surface over the top of the water main.
So let me ask you this, at that time, in the future, at some point, when those contractors or homeowners develop their property, who's responsible for paying for that 50 feet of water main extension?
It would be whoever's extending the main to serve the remainder of the properties there. The city wouldn't likely pitch in for that, if that's what you're asking.
Would those future homeowners or property developers have some sort of a grievance that they could file with the city because that water main wasn't extended per regulations?
They might be able to come and ask that question, but I think this happens a lot. So I think we have some precedent that would allow us to say, you would have to extend it. In reality, it's a small amount. It would only be, if we would say it'd only be half of the 50 feet, right? Because they would only be responsible for 50% of the cost really across their frontage. And so in a scenario where, say, they did extend the main to 50 feet, they would likely record a payback on it so that when the neighbor across the street ties into it, they would have to pay their prorated amount of the construction cost. So in reality, it's 50 feet, and it would only be half the cost of that 50 feet that we're looking at in terms of the money. So it's a relatively small amount.
Okay. I know this isn't utility related, but future road improvements would also be on whoever develops a property north of these properties. Correct?
Correct.
So developing the road in front of the property that was purchased, does that work the same way? Does that?
Well, I'll say we're veering off the agenda,
Yeah.
so we probably.
Well, I just bring it up because
shouldn't go too much, but right now the city doesn't have a payback program for streets. We're actually looking to maybe implement one in the future, but there is no payback. So whoever would develop in that area would have to pave across the the frontage of this property here.
Okay, and I only bring it up because you're recommending a variance based on the road conditions now, so I was just trying to get a grasp of the full concept, the full picture of
Yeah.
what this utility improvement would consist of.
Okay.
Are there any other questions, comments?
I'll make a motion to approve the variance.
And we have a motion to approve the variance. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by voting aye. All those opposed signify by voting nay. Variance passes. All right, last agenda item, are there any announcements by commission members? Is anyone looking for any information or anything for our next meeting? No? All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Can I just introduce myself real quick?
Oh, council liaison. Okay, yes, go
Oh.
ahead.
Hi, my name's Jengis Eric. I just recently joined Kingman City Council. And I just kind of wanted to let you guys know, sorry I'm not able to be there right now, but I look forward to meeting you all and yeah. Hi.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for introducing
Nice to
yourself.
meet you.
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor to adjourn, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.